United States of America. And seeing none, we should go to the privilege of the floor. If you want to address the board, please, 5 minutes. You state your name and where you're from.
So there's a microphone up there.
Oh, thank you. I can talk loud enough, but at this time I'd like to give the board the opportunity to move my statement into an executive session to save the board and the county and myself some embarrassment. Okay, it is with great pleasure and great heartache and pain that I find myself before you to discuss the way I was discharged from the county employment. But before I go into the reason on why I'm here, I would like to tell you a little bit about who I am. I'm a devoted husband. I'm a father of 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. I'm an honorably discharged disabled wartime veteran who served in the United States Marine Corps. I'm a friend to many people, and I believe that honesty, integrity, and personal conviction are still values worth defending in our society. And I wish to set that example for my children. By now, I'm sure that each and every one of you have received a letter from myself that states the reason I am here. I myself was not made aware of the allegations that caused my termination from the Department of Social Services as a child protective worker. But until recently, I have just been notified of the reasons because of people who were candid enough to realize that I had a right to know. My wife and I have had several telephone conversations with several of you, and we have appreciated the time you have all given us. On December 18th, in a meeting with Laura Sorrow, Maureen Gilligan, Teresa Gaffney, and Debbie Burdick, my employment with Jefferson County as a Child Protective Services caseworker was abruptly terminated without an explanation. Laura would only say that there was a complaint and that she had to let me go because of this complaint. I was told by Laura that she conducted an investigation and she had concluded that I needed to be terminated. Again, I inquired as to why I was being terminated, since everyone else involved in this meeting except for me seemed to already know. I sat in her office flabbergasted, with absolutely no idea what possible complaint could have been made that would cause me to be fired from my job. I inquired why again and asked Laura if I would be given the opportunity to defend myself against such a claim. I scanned my memory once more to see if there's anything that I could have done. Laura told me that I would not be allowed to defend myself, and that according to Human Resources, Laura was not to tell me anything further. As I said before, I have since learned the nature and details of the allegations, and I am still in shock and disbelief. I can assure you that they are not true. My wife, as well as my friends and co-workers, are also completely appalled by this situation, not only by the accusations that go completely against my character, but by the treatment I have been given by the department that I felt privileged to serve. In the course of my job with the county, I was required to investigate claims made against people. Upon thorough investigation, many of those claims were found to be false and inaccurate. Many of those claims were actually determined to be claims made to cause the people problems. I was taught during my training that in order to accurately evaluate any allegation, we must always question the person accused. I find it kind of ironic that the same government entity that entrusted me to do investigations properly did not give me that same right. I was not questioned in any manner by anyone. In fact, I was never made aware that there was any problem or investigation at all. My closest co-workers were never even questioned about myself. I was deemed guilty by Laura Sorrow without any opportunity to address the situation. The person making the allegations was afforded that right, but I was not. At the very least, I should have been made aware that there was a potential problem and given an opportunity to address the situation. If I was just simply afforded some consideration and respect and the rights that every other person in this county is guaranteed, then I would not be here today to talk to you about this. Even if I was not able to convince anyone of my innocence, I would have had at least the satisfaction of being able to defend my character. The Department of Social Services demands that we treat everybody that we investigate as innocent until proven guilty. I am only asking that I have been given that same courtesy and respect. I've come here this evening to defend myself and my family against the allegations. I spent the last 6 months dedicated to my job. I've turned down several other employment opportunities in order to stay with the department to make a difference in children's lives. I've been blessed by the new friendships I've made at the department, and I've built my reputation there based on honesty, integrity, and my personal convictions to stand up for truth and to stand for an injustice. I hope to instill those same values in my children, and that's the reason I am here. But in order to do that, I need somebody to look into this situation and somebody to actually find that I've been treated unfairly. At this time, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And I am available to answer any and all questions afterwards. And each and every one of you should have my phone number and contact information that was given in the letter I sent out to you. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wants privilege of the floor? Seeing none, we'll close privilege of the floor. Mr. St. Croix?
I'd like to make a motion that we move into executive session. There's some matters I'd like to discuss that bother me on the agenda at this time.
I'll second that motion.
May I just interject?
Okay, well, I don't know in our brand new facility where we're going to go in. We'll go in the back. Okay, so everyone could stay here, and we'll go back into executive session as of right now for personnel. You
got a motion?
Okay. Yes. Is there? Do I hear all in favor of going into executive session? Against? Okay, carried.